I have a lot of questions with regard to American dreams. I'm going to pose these questions and I'm going to play some of the audios of some people when answering some of these questions with regard to American dream. But also, I'll relate the American dream to the pursuit of happiness. These are some of those questions. What is the definition of the American dream? Is the definition of American dream national accepted here in the United States? Or rather, does each person has their own version of American dream? Is the definition of American dream changing over time based on the circumstances? Or the definition of American dream during the time of Great Depression is the same definition of this time of the pandemic? Is the definition of American dream same or similar to the immigrants who are just like me, who came to America maybe as an adult, comparing to those their great parents, whatever, came to America? That means if someone, his father, her grandparents, his grandparents were born in America, so everything is starting from America, versus me coming from Tanzania to America, will the definition of American dream still be the same? Because I come here from somewhere else with a different culture, different values, different ways of thinking, whatever I have, versus someone who was born here, the parents were born here, grandparents were born here too, are all have the same. Or in other simple way, let me give the example. Do we have the same definition or the same understanding of the American dream? I'm black, but a black from Africa, so I call myself as African versus black who is in America and we call them African American, but they don't have even grandparents, they have no clue about Africa. Will we have the same definition of American dream? Then, what is the American dream in relation to the pursuit of happiness? For those who do not know, there are three important things in the Declaration of Independence. These three things are unalienable rights. The rights which you cannot alienate, you cannot take away from anybody. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So the question is the American dream same, or is the American dream the same as the pursuit of happiness? Or are these two things are different? Why don't we say, I've come to America, or I'm in America in pursuit of happiness, but everybody is talking about, I'm here to pursue the American dream? So is American dream different from the pursuit of happiness which is in the Constitution? American dream is not in the Constitution. Is American dream still alive? Or has already collapsed? Or is it a myth? And especially during the last 10, 15 years up to now, where we see the rising of China, with most of the industries, jobs, blue-collar jobs, industries moving to China are no longer in America, will people have the same American dream? So those are some of the questions. But someone can say, is the new definition of American dream or the pursuit of happiness when we are talking about just the financial and retirement? So let's go into those important questions. I'm going to play some of the audios. People were asked just overall the question, how can you define American dream? But the purpose of this one is to bring some attention to whether it is myth, whether it is just a way of capitalism, whether it is just changing so that you cannot just be fixed about, I need to possess a Mercedes-Benz and I have to have this type of car or this type of house so that you can think that you have the American dream. So when people were asked the American dream, these were some of their answers. How do you define American dream?
I think it's changed over time. I think, when people first started coming to the country, they thought, they could do whatever they wanted, a fresh start, new land. Now I think it's, with today's society and TV and everything else that's going on, they want the big house and the big car and all the money and jewelry and everything else. But I think the American dream is still just having a chance to get to do whatever you want.
That is the first definition. But if you look on this definition, how it starts is the people who came here originally at the first, they came here to run away from British or Great Britain in terms of freedom of something and everything. So when they came here, it was about the having a chance to do anything they want compared to the countries where they were. So everybody was coming here, I'm coming to pursue the dream. I want to be free. I can be able to do everything I want and all that kind of things. So that was the original. But now it's changing. So from that point, we see the definition of American dream is changing based on the people who came here back in 1700 and someone like me who come here in the year 2008 will have the difference in terms of freedom, definition for the freedom, because most of the time, like freedom or to study what I want, I can study whatever I want, even in Tanzania, or whatever I want, I can study whatever I want. So now it will be having different definition based on time, based on the material conditions.
I would say that's probably individualistic. So each person has their own feeling of what it is. I would say, it's just your own level of success, whether it's you want to reach a certain level of education or a certain, you want to own a home or you don't want to own a home. Maybe it's you want to travel a certain amount. For me, it would be owning a home and having a family and having a successful career.
So that is another definition. It's individual. So the question is asking, if I ask the question, and this will be the answer, do we have a universally accepted or nationally accepted American dream as a definition? So it is individual.
The American dream, my American dream is to be rich, where my kids don't have to worry about suffering, struggling, none of that stuff. But some people are satisfied with where they're at in life, which is kind of sad that they live paycheck to paycheck, but they're happy with their life. So the American dream is pretty much, to me, what you want it to be.
Everybody wants a house, it seems like.
House, couple of kids, dog,
car,
a safe neighborhood, right? Good school district. Yeah.
And the opportunity to, if you want to, just to make as much money as possible is part of the American dream.
And
you have the opportunity to do it and the opportunity to not.
If you don't want to.
That is another definition.
Creating debt and being able to pay for it.
Being debt-free would be, I think, the American dream.
No, I mean, it's be able to make choices on what you're going to do with your life. And it sounds corny, but that's what it means.
Yes, when we say to have the opportunity to make choices, to have freedom to do whatever you want, these are the definitions which back in the time, people, they didn't have that opportunity to make those definitions or to have to study whatever they want or to run for the political positions. But now, a child is born right now in America. My child, I mean, let's say like my son Benedict or my daughter Claire Faustina. Will they have the same definition? Because when we talk about freedom to do anything else, anything you want, but as long as it's legal, but if you look back, they have never been denied that kind of right. So they have no clue talking about you are not allowed to vote. They have no clue talking about someone, your parents will say, you must study this combination, you must study this one in order to become a lawyer. They have not that clue because in their mindset that is not there. So we have to understand that the generation can have different. So we cannot have the same definition or the same concept of American dream back from our grandparents. I mean, like for those who were born and raised here, from our grandparents, where the time of you can have this kind of level of education and continue and have the chance. Back in the time, we had so many industries, we have so many companies, but now most of them they're in China. So are we still having that kind of all opportunities? You can do whatever you want and make your life. Or it's the responsibility of your parents to create American dream for you. Like myself as a parent, it's my responsibility to make sure that I save for the student, for the college. It's my responsibility as a parent to make sure that to create, if you have money, to take them to private school or to take them to a very good school. If they finish, they go to college, wherever they want to go, to Harvard or any Ivy League or a very good school, which I believe they can have that opportunity. So those are some of the definition. People are trying to figure out what is exactly American dream. So someone who is older will definition have different from me. And someone, let's say, like my child will have certain difference in terms of what is American dream for them. For me, who came here in America back in 2008, I already have a bachelor degree when I came here. So I have a different kind, of having another kind of life. So I can compare with something and say, maybe because this was what I'm lacking, this is my American dream.
Well, I think what it's always, I take it to be, you get to own a home, you have a good job, you know, work for a company that, you know, is loyal, the government helps take care of your outside needs, and your kids can go to college, and yeah, I think.
So if you go to look, everybody when is talking American dream, that's where I get confused myself. Why can't we put American dream to the principles of the basic rights? Why don't we say in the pursuit of American dreams, or we could say the pursuit of happiness instead of saying pursuit of American dream? Because now we separate pursuit of happiness in addition to liberty and life. Those are the three unalienable rights which are in the Declaration of Independence. But those rights which are in the Declaration are not part of what we call the American dream. So if you look, American dream at this current situation is becoming more materialistic instead of the opportunity, because previously it was the opportunity to have freedom, opportunity to study what I want, opportunity to get a job, or if I want to become a painter, I can be a painter. Those were at beginning were some of the basic, because people were denied those kind of opportunities or rights where they came from. Back in people are coming here, and there is native already Indians who are here. I'm sorry whether it's correct terminologies, but natives, or we can call American Indians, whatever you call them. I don't know the proper terminology. We can be able, because nowadays each word can be used, maybe is against, maybe can be discriminatory. So I'm giving the disclaimer on that. But when you come to say people came here from England, came from Italy, came from Ireland, back in those times is different from now, where you can study what you want. Now you can do most of the things you cannot be able to do, especially here in America. So from those one, for me, they could be continue to be fundamental, and those are what we call the happiness. In the pursuit of happiness, these are the things that will make us happy as a nation. These are the factors you cannot take away from anybody. But now, because those factors have become common, so we are going to the next level of something else. And the next level now, we are starting going to other things, material. And that's where capitalism comes. And that's where the American dream is becoming a very complicated part. Why is it becoming a very complicated thing now? Because American dream is what is going to be defined now on the material conditions. So now, instead of having to do whatever you want, you have to study a course which will give you a good job to get good money. You can get what you want. You want to have a house, you want to have good car, you have to pay bills, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll be able to do those kind of things so that when you go to retire, that you enjoy your pension, you can do whatever you want. That's why now we have something else, what we call the movement, which is known as the FIRE, which is financial independence, retire early. That means if you retire early, nowadays is a dream for everyone. Instead of working at the age of 65, 67, if I retire to the age of 40, age of 45, age of 30, I saved, I put my money into bonds or compound interest or buying stocks, and I can make good money. I can retire early. Meaning, by retire early doesn't mean like previously, at the age of 67, you are going to sit in the morning having coffee and watch TV. But now, retire early means I can do what is my dream. Meaning, I can stop doing what I'm going to do, like the job I'm doing, because most of us, the jobs we are doing is purposely because we want to work that kind of job. I'm not saying all, I'm saying majority of us, so that I can pay mortgage or pay rent, I can pay the auto loan, I can pay utility bills, I can pay trash, I can pay I can prepare my school. Those are the basic things we have to do. So majority of us, we are going to study and finding jobs which give us the opportunity to cover those expenses, because those are the things we value now. So we work until the age of maybe 60. When you finish, that means you can have the opportunity to travel. Not many people here in America have opportunity to save, have opportunity to travel, have opportunity to invest. Majority of they cannot be able to do that. So now with this new movement of FIRE, financial independence, retire early. People, they want to finish and do what they want. For instance, if, let's say, I finish high school and I win a lottery of $5 million US, will I go to the university and study maybe political science or law? Will I do the same choices? Or when I was going to pursue this kind of studies, I was thinking only on this job, these kind of programs will lead me to this kind of jobs. That's why we have career counselors, education advisors at the colleges. Are they there just to make sure that we make choices which will give us good job? Can you go to a career counselor and just say, you know, my dream is just to become a YouTuber? Why they don't give, oh, I just want to become someone to do a makeup artist is a dream, like to go to the university, bachelor, master's, PhD, and become expert. Why we don't do that? Because people say, even your parents will say, find a good thing to study, and this one will be extra. So some people, when we say retire early, they want to finish something to pay the mortgage, to pay whatever, to invest, and then they can do whatever they want. If you want to travel, if you want to become just going to every day, you are going to the library and reading books to the kids. So people do those kind of things. So now is a confusion when it comes to the American dream. So the question to you, what is your American dream, your understanding, and how are you going to separate between American dream and in the pursuit of happiness is one among the pillars in the Constitution or in the Declaration of Independence. So thank you so much, everyone. Please continue this discussion in the comment and share this video.